What is money? When you study economics, it is important to understand money. What is it? Who decides what should be money? And what does the Bible say about money? Money has certain ingredients or characteristics that determine what money is and why particular items operate as money in the world in which you live. You're going to start this lesson by looking at what money is not. At the same time, you will learn the main characteristics of what makes money become money. Many people think credit cards and dollar bills are money. It is true you can buy things with credit cards and paper money, but strictly speaking, these are not money. These are representations of money. In another lesson, you'll learn how credit cards and paper bills became money and how they represent what money really is. But for now, you just need to remember that these things are not what we will call money in our lessons in economics. Here are a number of items: bricks and mortar, iPad, food, car, animals, baseballs, electronic music player, and a forest of trees. These are not money either. Sometimes people may use them as money. Someone might trade a cow for a basket of fruit, or someone might trade their iPad for an Xbox. But even though we trade with these things, they are not money. What is money? In order for something to be money, it has to be something that everyone wants. Could a motor car be money? Not really, because not everyone wants a motor car of this kind. Imagine you had a motor car and wanted to use it as money. You would have to find someone who wanted this exact car you have so they might trade with you. It could be a little easier if you had many cars to trade. That way you would have more people to trade with. But even if you had a lot of cars, not everyone might want any of your cars, in which case they will not trade with you. At times people have tried to use animals as money. But some people want beef and other people want chicken and some people even want fish. So you'd have to have a lot of different animals in order to be able to trade with someone. Now, while people have to eat, still not everyone has to eat beef or chicken. So food items like this still cannot be money because not everyone wants them. Today, iPads and iPhones are popular, but not every person wants an iPad. Kids may want them, but many adults are not interested in owning an iPad. Xbox is popular today and computer games, but again, not everyone wants a computer game. But nearly everyone wants gold and silver, and this is why gold and silver have been money for centuries. You'll find out in a little while how gold and silver have been used, as gold and silver coins were made so people could buy other things. Now, just because everyone wants a particular item still does not mean it is money. Money also has to be something that does not wear out. This is what is called a store of value. It means that the value of the item does not change, or hardly changes, over time, especially long periods of time. Now, cars wear out. They get old. New cars, better cars become available, so cars don't last. Therefore, automobiles are not a good store of value. It's the same with food items. Animals, say chickens, get old and die, so they are not a good store of value at all. Even iPads wear out. New ones take their place. So an iPad you have today that people might trade with you won't be so good when the next model comes out, or if it wears out and stops working. It's the same with games. They too wear out as new versions become available. And game equipment, such as a computer or an Xbox, will wear out and stop working one day. But gold and silver pass the store of value test. Gold doesn't wear out. It doesn't break down. It doesn't get old and die. Gold that people found 1,000 years ago is still gold today. Gold that is found today will still be gold 1,000 years from now. An ounce of gold 1,000 years ago is still an ounce of gold today. And an ounce of gold today will still be an ounce of gold 1,000 years from now. Gold and silver are therefore an excellent store of value. But there's a third ingredient that is necessary for something to be money. In order to be money, an item often needs to be cut into small pieces or broken into small pieces so people can buy small things. Imagine what it would be like if cows were money. If you had a cow as money and you wanted a baseball and someone said, "I'll trade you my baseball for one leg of your cow," you'd have to start cutting up your cow. Now I know what your cow would be thinking. She really does hope you won't make the deal because she'll need to be killed in order to get her leg off. And then what would you do with the leftover cow? You might be able to eat it yourself over time or find someone who does want beef. But this sure is a lot of trouble just to get a baseball. Neither can you cut pieces off your iPad or games equipment because when you do, it won't work any longer. Anyway, no one wants a corner of an iPad. They want the whole thing or nothing at all. But if you have gold and silver, these can easily be cut into small pieces. When this is done, the smaller pieces usually have a stamp on them that says how much gold or silver is in the small piece. If you look at the gold and silver bars in the picture, they have a stamp on them that tells you the purity of the gold and the silver. When gold and silver are made into small pieces, these also have some indication of how much weight of gold or silver is in that piece. Maybe you could take a visit to a coin dealer in your neighborhood and ask him to show you gold and silver coins. Whatever is money also has to be easy to take with you. Cars are okay if there are good roads. Cows can take a really long time to get just a little way down the road. Computer game equipment can be difficult to take with you because you usually have a large screen you need to take with you also. Now an iPad is easy to transport, but even though it is easy to transport, it also needs to meet the other conditions in order to be money. That is, everyone must want it, it must be a store of value, and it must be easily divisible. Unless it meets all these conditions, it will not be money, even if it is easy to take with you. But gold and silver can be turned into small pieces, and these are really easy to put in your pocket or handbag. If you have a real lot of them, they will be a little bit heavy, but you can at least take them with you. So you can see that gold and silver meet the 4 requirements for something to be money. It is something that everyone wants. It is something that lasts. That is, it's a store of value. It is something that can be easily divided into small parts to pay for small items. And lastly, it is easy to transport or move around. Now let's finish this discussion on money, looking again at this product, which is timber. Trees cannot be money. Why not? 1, not everyone wants them. 2, while they can last a long time, they are not the best way to store value over time. Now they can be divided easily, cut into small pieces. And once it is cut, it can be transported easily. But still, it is not money. Now you can cut trees and turn them into paper. This paper could be used as money. But the trouble is you would need a real lot of paper to buy, say, a motor car or a computer or an Xbox. Now it has become the custom today to turn trees into paper and then turn the paper into what we think of as money or currency. But this still does not make paper real money. Here's the office paper and a dollar bill. Both are pieces of paper. What makes one of them worth $1? The dollar bill is accepted as a dollar because the government stamps $1 on the bill. Some currency notes have $20 or $50 or even $100 stamped on them. But they are still pieces of paper. You can see here that the note paper for the office is more than 3 times larger than the dollar bill. But it does not make it worth $3 or more. Here's a $20 note and a $1 note. You can see they are the same size. The only difference is the amount stamped on the note itself. So pieces of paper, even when they have something printed on them that says they are $20 or $1, still does not make them money. Only gold and silver serve as money. They have done this for thousands of years and they would still do it today, except governments will not let people use gold and silver to pay their taxes or pay their bills. That's because the government wants you to use their pieces of paper. There'll be more on this in another lesson. In summary then, money is something that everyone wants. Secondly, it's a store of value. Third, it can be divided into small pieces for small purchases. And fourthly, it is easy to transport. You can see here in this picture that gold and silver are not only used for money, they are also used in jewelry. And this is what helps make gold and silver so popular. Now, what does the Bible say about money? In Leviticus chapter 19 and verses 35 to 37, the words of Scripture say, "You shall do no wrong in judgment, in measures of length or weight or quantity. You shall have just balances, just weights, a just ephah and a just hin. I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. And you shall observe all my statutes and all my rules and do them. I am the Lord." So we see that the Bible does say something about money. It says money should be money by weight. When you go to the butcher and buy some meat, he will sell you the meat by weight. He will put it on his scales and weigh it. So when you buy meat, you ask for 2 pounds of meat, or in some parts of the world you might ask for 1 kilogram of meat. Gold and silver are the same. When they are used to make silver or gold coins, they contain a certain weight of this metal. It might be a very small amount or it could be larger, but it is an amount of weight of silver or gold. You can see here that God requires the butcher to use accurate scales when he weighs the meat. It's the same with coin dealers. They too must weigh their gold and silver accurately. And when you buy something with a gold or silver coin, you must also make sure its weight is accurate. Paper money does not fit this picture. Paper currency is not money by weight. It is just a piece of paper that the government says is now worth $10 or $50 or even $100. It is worth whatever number they stamp on the piece of paper. In another lesson, you'll learn the history of money and why governments everywhere today print pieces of paper and say the paper is currency. But they won't let you use gold or silver coins. Now, find the answer sheet and print it off the lesson page and answer the questions from this lesson. If you need help with this lesson or any other lesson from Suncross Academy, contact me, Ian Hodge, at suncrossacademy.org. That's Ian Hodge at suncrossacademy.org. Suncross Academy offers lessons in a number of areas. There's the Suncross Worldview, which is Bible study material. There's music composition and the powerful piano course entitled Powerhouse Piano. There's economics, there's entrepreneurship, business and finance, and there's history, and then there are health lessons as well. We look forward to having you join the Suncross Academy family.